Some of the most powerful rules in our society, they're not actually written down anywhere. They're invisible, unspoken, but wow, do we feel it when someone breaks one. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, these unwritten rules.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever done something that wasn't, illegal, but you got that feeling in your gut that it was wrong? That's the feeling we're going to explore today, and we'll do it by looking at a story about a university student named Tom. All right, so let's set the scene here. We've got Tom, he's a student, and he relies on the bus to get to campus every single day. But on this one particular morning, well, things are about to go completely off the rails.
I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? The alarm doesn't go off, Tom wakes up late, just totally panicking. He throws on some clothes, bolts out the door, and just sprints to the bus stop. And then he sees it. The bus is coming! Phew, but oh no. Then he sees the real problem. A super long line of people, all just waiting patiently. And he knows, deep down, if he waits his turn like everyone else, there's no way he's making that bus.
So what does he do? In this split second of pure panic, fueled by the stress of being late, he makes a choice. He just walks right past everyone in the line and plants himself at the very front, ready to be the first one on that bus.
And then it happens. Someone speaks up. A woman in the line, she just says it. It's not even that loud. Just 5 simple words, but man, are they powerful. Hey, there is a line. She didn't shout. She didn't threaten him. She spoke the unwritten rule out loud for everyone to hear.
And the reaction, it's instant. Tom gets on the bus and boom, the punishment begins. But it's totally silent. You've got the angry glares from everyone in line. People are literally turning their backs on him. Even the bus driver doesn't say a word. And that silence is just deafening. Tom is totally alone on a crowded bus. He didn't break a single law, but he was just convicted right then and there in the court of public opinion.
So, as Tom is sitting there on this incredibly awkward bus ride, his mind starts racing. He's trying to piece it all together. Why was everyone so mad? And this is the moment, right here, where he starts to really get the difference between the rules that are written down in a book and the ones that we all just know.
This is the big question just looping in his head. I didn't break the law, but did I break a rule? He knows for a fact he didn't commit any crime. But that cold shoulder he's getting from every single person on that bus, it's telling him loud and clear that he definitely, absolutely broke a rule.
And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Think about it. A written law, that's official. It's in a book somewhere, and if you break it, there are formal punishments, right? Fines, maybe even jail. But an unwritten rule, like waiting your turn in line, well, that's enforced by us, by the community. The punishment isn't a ticket from a police officer, it's social. It's those dirty looks, the silence, that awful feeling of being cast out.
So, why do we even have these unwritten rules? What's the point? Well, at the end of the day, it's all about fairness and order. A line or a queue is just a really simple, kind of beautiful system to stop things from turning into total chaos. It's a promise that everyone will get their turn. It makes us feel like things are working the way they're supposed to, even in a small way.
But Tom's story doesn't just end with him feeling terrible on the bus. Because what happens the very next day gives us a perfect contrast, and it shows us exactly what he learned from this whole thing.
So the next day, he wakes up early, no rushing. He gets to the bus stop, he sees the line, and he just gets in it. He waits his turn, and the result is like night and day. When he gets on that bus, he just feels calm. No angry stares, no one's ignoring him. He's just another face in the crowd, a part of the group. He belongs, and that feeling is the complete opposite of the isolation he felt before.
This whole thing that Tom went through, it actually has a name. It's called a social norm. And it's just one of literally thousands of unwritten rules we follow every single day to help us all get along. I mean, think about it. Saying please and thank you, not blasting music on public transport, not talking on your phone in a quiet movie theater. All these little things, they're like the invisible glue that holds our society together.
And that, right there, is the simple but really powerful lesson that Tom learned. The most important rules in life, they aren't always the ones you can find in a rule book. It's these unwritten agreements we all have with each other that are absolutely essential for making life work.
So this brings me to a final question for you. Take a second and think about your day. What unwritten rules do you follow, maybe without even thinking about it? Holding the door open for the person behind you, letting someone with just one item go ahead of you at the grocery store. These tiny, unspoken acts are what it's all about.
They are the foundation of how we live together. And it really makes you think, what would happen if, just for one day, we all decided to just stop?